Good day, Internet, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening. My name is Advocate of Wordz. Monday is my new favorite day. Let's see, let me get my video going. There we go. There are all the beautiful people who are here tonight. And I already saw I made some errors, which I will mention in a bit. But welcome, everyone. We have a bunch of new names on the list. In fact, I was wrong. We don't have 6 new names. We have seven new names. People who are performing on here for the first time. I am so excited about it. Shout out to Mr. Chris Lopez for getting this puppy started. So let's get right into it. This is the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Our 78th open mic, 78 weeks in a row. We have been doing this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. You can look up Nuyorican Poets Cafe on Facebook and YouTube to see our past open mics, including the recording of this open mic. And if you happen to be watching us live right now on Facebook or YouTube, and you'd like to join us on Zoom, the number is at the bottom of the screen, 279-995-364. It's gonna be up there for a little bit, so make sure you get your pens and pads ready so you can come join us on Zoom. We'd like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events. You too can help support us with a tax-deductible donation by going to www.nuyorican.org/contribute or hitting us on the Cash App. You know, we keeping up with the times by sending it to Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Tonight, unspoken rules. That is the theme for tonight. Of course, if you have signed up and you do not have a poem that is on theme, then you need to get your life right. Now, I'm just joking. You can totally perform a poem that is not on theme. It is no problem. The themes are more of a guidance, right? But if you do write a poem and share a poem that is on theme, I will make sure to try to get you into the highlight reel. But again, I want to stress, if tonight you don't have a poem that's on theme or you feeling like sharing something else, you are 100% able to, no problem. All of this, before I change the screen, as you see on the right, you are going to see the themes for the next 2 months, so you could jump out ahead and write to it if you want. Next week is Spirit Animal. I am looking forward to that. Always when we have these little like wacky themes, we always seem to get the best poems. So I am looking for that. All of this information can be found on my social media on Instagram and Twitter at Advocate of Wordz. And when you spell words, that's with a Z because poetic license. Of course, I'm also on YouTube, and that's where you can find some of the highlights that I have done. Let us get to the rules. And here is where I messed up, because in the opening video, I still have it as 4 minutes. And that's not the rule anymore. It's 3 minutes. Poets, when you are coming up to perform, please turn your camera on. We want to see your faces, your expressive, beautiful faces. We are looking to simulate our open, real life I cannot speak tonight. A real life open mic, an in-person open mic. So please turn your cameras on when you are ready to perform. Also, we have a lot of people on the list. We have changed our rules to try to hear more voices. And one of the ways you can help with that is have your poem ready now. Make sure if you have it on your piece of paper, it's right there in front of you. If you have it on your computer screen or whatever, make sure you pull it up and it is ready so that when I call you, you are ready. 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to perform your poems. We have changed the rules. No longer 4 minutes, you have 3 minutes. And you have a 30-second intro. So after you hear me tell you, please share your social media handle, and then the floor is yours, or rock out, or whatever thing that I tend to say. That is when your 30 seconds begins. Some of us, we tend to go 90 seconds with our intros, and we're trying to cut down the time so we can get to more people. So make sure it's nice and tight. Let the people know they can find you online, and then get right into your poem. In terms of censorship, put the kids to bed. There is no censorship here. Freedom of speech, Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I also bring this up to let you know that here is the trigger warning for the night. You may be, our poets, they tend to go into many different subjects and they explore many different things. So just to let you know, like, we try to create a safe space so people can share what they want to share. Just want to let you know, you may hear some triggering things tonight. Who knows? We never know. Each night tends to be different. So just letting you know. After our poets perform, you're going to see this message pop up that the host would like you to unmute yourself. That beautiful blue button right there, I want you to click it and make a lot of noise. Let's shower each other with a lot of appreciation and love. It is not easy to share poetry, whether it is in person in front of a lot of people or it is over the computer. It is never easy. Tonight, this is our open mic list. And I forgot to highlight someone, Marlene Suarez, number 16. I know that Marlene has checked out our open mics many times. I don't think she has been on, so I'm sorry I didn't highlight her name. That's why I'm pointing it out at number 16. And I already know she's in the room. And I know to call her Marlene because before, because of my dyslexia, I was calling her Marilyn and she had to correct me. Marlene, it's good to see you. Also, we have Shania Parker, who has been trying to sign up. She is on the list. She's number 12, eager to hear her. Nas, who's one of the hosts and works with Nomadic Press. She rocked out here once before, I think about a month and a half ago. It's been too long, Nas. I am glad that she is back. And number 18, Andrea Jacobo. I hope I'm saying your name right. When I call you, don't hesitate to correct me. Looking forward to hearing her. Luke, we also got number 20, Lucas. I saw Lucas is here. What's up, Lucas? I'm excited to hear you. That's the new voice to the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Number 21, which is my favorite number, is Tree. She's back. It's been so long since we've heard Teresa Williams. I am excited to hear Tree. She is back. At number 23, we have Tiffany. I don't know who Tiffany is. Another new voice. I'm happy we're getting new voices. At number 25 is Maciel. I hope I'm saying your name right. Again, if I say it wrong, make sure you correct me. And number 26 is the beginning of the waiting list, and we're totally getting to the waiting list today, is someone named Ray, and I'm not even going to try to say his last name right. I'm going to look it up so that when I do say his name, that I say it correctly. Again, anyone who watches this show knows if I say your name right, correct it. That's really important to me. Sharing your social media handles so people know where they can follow you if you have one, and make sure you're getting the name right, right? If you're going to rock out, you want people to have your name right and have your name said right. So I am all for that. With that being said, let's get right into it. And we starting off with a gangster whose dog I got to walk this weekend. And I'm telling you right now, her dog loved me. And if I wanted to take the dog would be like, all right, I'll go. I love Gigi, but I'll go with you too, Wordz. And that is Gigi. How are you?
Hello. Yes, you're the only person I've actually ever let walk my dog because I'm a crazy dog lady. I have 2 poems tonight. So you can find me at iron_resilience on IG or on my website at arcadian-poetry.com. I have a book coming out in December called Morning Flowers. You'll see that more on the website. I have 2 poems tonight. Let's get into it. This first one is called I Wonder What I'll Tell My Daughters, and the second one is called Evaporate. Okay. I wonder what I'll tell my daughters, the unspoken rules of getting older. Not about the creaking of bones, but of how to make your backbone stronger, skin thicker, stronger when walking home alone at night. Bring a knife. No, that still isn't enough. They can overpower you. Have you tried mace? Try to bring a friend. Don't ever go to the bathroom alone. Yes, bring your drink to the bathroom too. Make sure that you don't owe him anything after a date. The rules that are whispered and remembered better than recipes, ones that are passed down from mother to daughter, ones wrapped around keys, interlocked in hands, ready for battle. Battle, not just along sidewalks, but in beds. Cat calls, not even the top tier of predators. Older boys, they won't love you for your mind. And if they do it once, they'll do it again. Now let men down gently. Breaking a male ego can be fatal. Be nice to men, but not too nice because they might think you're flirting. If he tells you all of his exes are crazy, run fast now. I can keep cycling off these rules. No, you can't write any of these down. We have to address the biggest rule. These rules are a collection of events from survivors and lost sisters. And we can't ever let the men hear, no, you can't trust your brothers or your cousins. I'm sorry, blood doesn't make you safe. Our coven is between sisters. Yes, cis or trans, we have to try and keep each other safe. And even if you follow these unspoken words perfectly, there is no consolation prize because there is still no guarantee survival. And then this one is called evaporate. And what if I let you evaporate? The steam between bodies no longer thicken the air. Your sweat from fingertips, my fingertips no longer checking a phone for a text message I won't receive. It's not the first time that I've made myself sick from knowing my weight isn't in love, but what my body can do. But isn't that just the unspoken rule? To pour ourselves open, even when we're not supposed to seem vulnerable. I'm supposed to just let you go. The rule book tells me so. My value never enough to keep other bodies out of your bed or drugs out of your veins. If I write the narrative that I'm letting you slip into thin air, then I seem stronger, then I seem like I'm not the mere condensation on your window, wishing to drip down where I dissolve, no longer having to be so solid. Solid for lovers, following rules that never made sense, rules that tell me it's shameful to be needy when I've always just wanted to be needed. Needed in a way that solely doesn't count beneath bed sheets. Maybe I'll let you evaporate. Maybe I'll tell myself that. Maybe next time it'll be different. Maybe next time the needy will become the wanted. And maybe next time you won't let me slip into thin air. Thank you so much.
Unmute yourselves and give it up.
Nice, nice.
Woo!
Yes.
Go, GG.
Hey, Gigi, way to
I like that first piece
Yes.
too.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Like the
GG Iron_resilience. Make sure you give her a follow. And she is a dog person. I am partial to people who are into dogs. I myself am a dog person. Okay, let's keep this moving. Also, something I forgot to mention. One of the new rules is, of course, those who signed up and performed tonight, whose name is called, are not going to be able to perform next week. We're doing that because we're trying to create room for new voices to come in because the open mic list kept getting clogged. So if you're on the waiting list and I don't call your name, you can totally sign up next week. I'm not going to be unfair to people. With that being said, let's keep it moving. Next coming up, we're going out to Colorado to Mr. Michael Sindler, the man with the greatest hair in the game. Michael, go ahead, Michael, give you a shout out and then let's get into it.
Hey, hello everybody. Always great to be here. And as always, I will call out to lighthousewriters.org. So wonderful. And I also want to call out to the wonderful Finn Bell, who allowed me to be a guest on her podcast. And that was really nice. So I went ahead and put that in the chat if anybody wants to waste a half hour listening to me, which is somebody's got to do it. That being said, I won't be able to be here next week and do an animal thing. So I'll just whip out an animal poem now. This is called Equus Numa, about horses. You stampede through my dreams. You are the blood red mare. You are the long maned spirit. You are the miracle of movement. You are the whinnying song echoing in the canyon. You race through my thought. You are the prancer in the rain. You are the unbroken promise. You are the circling certainty. You are the dancing destiny flying towards my heart. And this one is a sort of memory called Mango. Children weave their way through the kitchen, around table legs and cook's knees, hovering over basket, pressing firm skins, finding the ripest mangoes, holding their finds up, chef knives slice sideways around teardrop lozenge pits, pull apart halves, one side pulply clinging to seed, other freeze easier to cut, blade striping checkerboard, puffed out fruit pops up into firm, spongy cubes. Juice drips from smiles over chins, sweet as heaven, finest of fresh fruits. Wet hand towel wipes fingers and faces. Squirming, squealing cherubim dart for door into sunshine. Roll down green grass hill into bed of chrysanthemums. Pick handfuls of mango-colored blossoms, gather treasure into plastic bucket, beg for needle and thread, concentration and comedy as flower by flower, long strands are strung, tied into delicate garlands, fragrant as the garden, racing back to kitchen, tugging on pant legs, staff bow and curtsy, gifts of earth and toil, tiny artisans' creations, tugged over heads. Having adorned adored adults, a laughing flash dash back out the door, racing across field, black and mango-hued monarchs, fritillaries, and painted ladies flutter step in aerial pirouettes. As dinner bell rings, feet turn, fleet flight towards tent, feast laid out resplendent in thick, tall metal vessels, staff serve from long table. Hurried repetition of ablutions, clean hands hold plates overhead, giggling lips beam smiles, rice dal and subji ladled, juices combine and congeal, running over roti bread, best of all desserts in bowl, mango matcha pudding, sprinkled with pistachio, bellies full with treats, sweet day turns dark, recline on the cushions, soon sleep shuts lids, beloved kids, scooped up, carried gently to bed. And I'm going to end with just a couple of quick
We're
haikus.
over time. We're over
I'm
time.
over time already.
I'm sorry,
okay,
I'm sorry.
love it. Okay.
Let me unmute everyone. Give it up for Mr. Michael Sindler in the house.
Sindler.
You go, Michael.
Good stuff, brother. Good stuff.
Lighthousewriters.org. He is always promoting them. Make sure that you go and you give them a follow, check out what they're doing. And if you know a man with that gorgeous hair and awesome poetry is promoting them, you know that they gotta be something. So make sure you go check it out. Michael here is a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. I appreciate that dude so much, including our next person. Do not let her Zoom name fool you. Also, you should be able to, let me make sure you have the option. Yes, you can. You can rename yourself in Zoom if you would like to put your social media handle out there so that the people can see. Next coming up, the Zoom name is La Tormenta, but we know her as Amanda Ashley Villanueva. Amanda, you know the deal. I also got to see Amanda this weekend. Shout out to everyone who came to Wild Poets again. I appreciate Amanda coming and Gigi and many others. Amanda, you know the deal. Let the people know they can find you online and then rock out, sis.
Thank you. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Medium, Amanda Ashley Villanueva. My piece is called Two-Faced. I spoiled her too much. I didn't give her enough. She prefers lessons like she prefers love, nice and rough, tough, with a tender epicenter. She ungrateful, she not thankful, she as lazy as frozen totones tucked in a Goya box, she not whitewashed, but more drastically reaping the seeping effects of colonization. She made a home from bones of lackluster comfort. She deserves every gift. She deserves to get lifted. She deserves rest at any given moment. She, her only relevant opponent. She made one too many mistakes. She, irredeemable. She, a disgrace. She, nothing to be ashamed of, for shame keeps you small. She, a lost cause, lost in the whipped frosting of dead cake. She, the hands that created and baked said cake. Befriending terror is a losing game, a translucent mask for pain, an act of sprinting in place. I dare you to own this escape. I dare you to call out this rage. I dare you to deep dive into this hole on your page and in your heart. Falling apart was never a part of the plan. Your hands demand to ask, what is love if not warm smoke dripping from my favorite gun, if not flavorless chewing gum, if not everything I've been sung, if not this red atomic sun tasting of brown sugared rum under my splintered tongue, if not a demented picnic with weighted blankets of poverty delivering the only express lane to nap time, is it a crime? Sade hums on the sidelines, of course it is. Are you too a bed of roses rising from rusting concrete? Is your love for me obsolete? Is this party the last place you remind me to breathe? Is this tormented city where you dream of finally getting sleep? Do both of your faces tell the same stories? Your morals, are they boring? A silent storm is snoring in my ear to make sure I can still hear the soundtrack of your life enmeshed in mine. I still need time and you still so fucking fine. I can't stop crying, dry, bottomless tears of rose gold champagne. This oil-stained apron has your fingerprints all over it as I book this one-way flight back to Europe. I have two faces, and you're the only one who knows both by heart. Thank you.
What? You just
Yeah, baby girl. Oh my God.
Amanda, that was
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Appreciate it, man.
Amanda Ashley Villanueva from the Bronx and Oakland. She will cut you with a compliment, but I felt like she opened up her heart right there. So I think I saw like, this is why I like the videos on. We're seeing the real emotion of the people. I think I saw tears in her eyes, and she from the Bronx. That's what's up. Look at, yup, she is. Amanda Ashley Villanueva, go give her a follow. Also, poets, after you perform, make sure you check the chat here on Zoom. People are saying nice things about you, and you can go and you put all of your information in there as well so that people can give you a follow. I'm big, I'm building community. So make sure y'all go give each other a follow. Let's keep it moving. Next up, we going up to Buffalo. I think he got a fresh cut. He wasn't at Wild Poets again, but he was at the first Wild Poets, and that's my man, The Withdrawn. Brother, good to see you as always. Let the people know where they can find you online, and let's get into it.
Thank you. I can follow me at The Withdrawn on Instagram and thewithdrawn.com. She asks if she can come on my face. Like, what kind of question is that? I don't know what type of niggas gave you head in the past, but you clearly don't know anything outside of trash. And it isn't your fault that these bums rather receive and want you to do things that they won't. See, the pleasure goes both ways. If you're not willing to accept the wave, you might as well get a wave goodbye. I won't even lie. For people like me, I can give you head before bed and not ask for anything from you for the rest of the night. Only that you sleep well. Looking for an answer, no, this mouth got all the details. If I lose my phone, baby, you can write to me over email. Tell me come through and have you screaming loud like weed smell. I bet you taste so foreign. Drunk and nut when I wake up in the morning. We can wake up at your friends saying, how the hell did this shit happen? Mans can play the security footage to crunch and oh no, we won't be capping. I have two choices. Ask him or smack him. Teach and preach about why it is we should be basking our beards in this liquid that you can't find anywhere else on the market. Just in our queens. Why you think my beard don't ever get so crusty? I mean, it seems like this shit is working. Not to mention, your lady will thank you. Your spirit will thank you. You'll be addicted to the moves in a way that makes it feel like Soulja Boy cranked you. There's no time to be frightened and let head exist in one direction. I'm sure Harry Styles oral in a way that works best for both him and his woman. I lead by example as I speak what I stand for. You can't behave this way, claim to be about the exchange all day. I hope the next time you get Chinese, your fortune cookie reads. Stop being pussy about pussy. Thank you.
Say
that
again. No censorship. You were warned. at The Withdrawn on Instagram, thewithdrawn.com. Go give this dude a follow. I love it. We're going to hear all kinds of stuff today. I hope everyone has been buckled in. Let's keep it going. Next, coming up to the open mic is the man with the fresh beard himself. And maybe he's getting some juices so it doesn't get crusty because it's looking very good on him. That is Jeff Cottrell. Jeff, you know the deal. Let the people know where they can find you online. Then you got 3 minutes to rock out, brother.
Okay, I can be found online at jeffcottrell.com, and you can find me easily on Facebook and Twitter. And I have two Zoom features coming this weekend that you all need to come to. They have open mics too. So if you're not coming for me, come for the open mics. I will put the Facebook links in the chat when I'm done. So here is my attempt to continue the ageless tradition of romanticized verse about the moon. A few of you have heard this before. An ode to the moon. Fuck you, moon. Seriously. Go bugger yourself, crater face. You think you're so cool at all with your moon rocks? Dick. Oh, look at me. I'm the moon. I make people turn into werewolves. I make people go crazy when I turn full. I use my gravitational pull to cause tidal waves. Frank Sinatra sang songs about me. Michael Jackson did a dance named after me. I run circles around your crappy little planet, literally. I'm the moon, baby, and you ain't never setting foot on me, sucker. Yeah, well, go suck on a sucking piece of something, sucko. Stupid moon. How many astronauts have visited you lately, huh? How many, you pockmarked bastard? Been a while, hasn't it? As in a 49-year while. Why don't the astronauts like you anymore, moon? What did you do to creep them out? Did you say something to offend them? Did they catch you doing it with their significant others? Why doesn't NASA ever call anymore, moon? Maybe it's because you're, I don't know, a big jerk? You're not really made of cheese, but you are cheesy. Remember when Georges Méliès made that movie in which that spaceship hit you in the eye? Well, he should have used a bigger spaceship, one that would have wiped out your whole dumb, stupid face. Or he could have set up a nuclear bomb and blown you into a billion moon bits. Except they didn't have nuclear energy back in 1902. Okay, scratch that one. Hey, moon. You know the difference between you and your mom? There's only one man in the moon. Stop peeking in my window every night, you pervert. Somebody ought to moon you, moon. You shiny pie-faced wanker. You think you're timeless, but you're just a phase. Percy Shelley once wrote about you. Art thou pale for weariness of climbing heaven and gazing on the earth, wandering companionless among the stars that have a different birth? Yeah, hear that, moon? Companionless. Because who'd be your companion, you lunar loser? It's only a paper moon. You see, moon, you're just paper. Well, scissors cuts your paper, and I've got scissors. Hard quality metal scissors made out of the rock of the earth. And wait, okay, I know they say paper covers rock, but that's bullshit. Rock is strong and crushes paper too. Yeah, stupid moon. You know that Jupiter moon, Io? I hear Io's got more than 400 working volcanoes. Where are your volcanoes, moon? I hear you used to have some pretty good ones back in the day, but now you've gotten old, moon, and your volcanoes have dried up into dark Maria, and there ain't no giant cosmic Viagra out there to bring them back. No, sir. You're a jerk, moon, a complete knee-biter. I'm gonna send you to the moon, moon. You, sun-reflecting, tide-causing, total eclipsing, poet-inspiring, who-drumming, crater-hoarding, river-widening, flying bicycle backdrop scenery supplying, monolith-hiding, son of a fucking fuck-faced, fuck-headed fucker. Think about that next time you beat me at Pinochle. That was an ode to the moon. And again, see you this weekend.
Give it up for Jeff Cottrell.
That was so much fun.
Fuck the moon.
apparently Jeff Cottrell is a sore loser, so don't ever play games against him, or else he's gonna write a poem about you and your mama. JeffCottrell.com. When you look him up, when you spell Jeff Cottrell, Cottrell is with 2 L's at the end. Make sure he just put all the info in the chat. Make sure you check it out. Next coming up, she was mentioned earlier. She is a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. She's got her hands in a bunch of cookie jars in terms of podcasts and workshops and open mics, and that is the lovely Finn Bell. It is always a pleasure to see you, Finn. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then you got 3 minutes to rock out. Go ahead.
Just on Linktree, Finn Bell. And again, please listen to Michael Sindler's episode of the podcast. It was really awesome. 7 wonderful vignettes about the experience of one homeless war vet. So this is called Last Midnight Found. There you smile. Lies taste like candy bribes. You're so nice. You're not good. Razzle dazzle. Tinsel floats in my eyes. You're not bad. You're just nice. How that's blurred. No facts matter where you state I'm not good. No, I'm not nice. When you think good means nice, you've been duped. I'm just right. So now I'm the witch, you're the world, oh too lazy. Can't sniff falsehood, we part ways. I'm a hitch. I'm what no one believes, but they know deep inside how it burns. I'm the witch. Burn the witch, you're all liars and thieves. Burn the witch, turn the spit, taste my words. Like the father, like the girl will be too. Like the world, why seek truth in the company of fools? Oh, why bother? You'll just do what you do. Thank you.
Ooh, I'm loving it. Give it up for Finn Bell. Unmute yourself.
Oh, I loved it. Loved
Oh my
it.
God.
That was great.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Finn_Bell, when you spell that PHYNNE_BELLE. Like I said, she got her hands in a lot of cookie jars. We have had to change up the rules here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic because it's gotten congested, but that just means that you can make sure you go when you check out other people who are doing other things and other open mics, you get your open mic on and make sure that you check out Finn Bell. She's one of the good ones. I love her. I love her. All right. Shout out real quick before we get to Alexander Goldberg, who's next. Where is Ron Mark Thompson? There he is. Ron is, unmute yourself, Ron. Ron is running co-host today. He is not on the open mic today, so I wanted to make sure I gave him a chance to promote his stuff. Go ahead, Ron. Let the people know what you do and where they can find you online.
Oh, well, that's nice of you. I'm your co-host tonight in Zoom, but you can find me at Ron Mark Thompson on social media or my Bronx Art and Fun Hub organization programs almost every first day of the week, except this week, including Ekphrastic Poetry and Prose with Diane. And I also started teaming up with Wordz, right? I lead a workshop there every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. So. And I'll be back here performing, one of these Mondays. So thank you, Edward. I appreciate it. I'm glad to help out today. You're muted.
There we go. I'm unmuted now. Thank you, brother. Ron Mark Thompson. Make sure that you go give him a follow. Like I said, he's got his own stuff going on too. And because every now and then Zoom likes to boot me because technology, Ron got my back. He's running co-host. All right, let's keep it moving. Now we're going to my man who I'm going to one day go skydiving with, and that is Alexander Goldberg. Alexander, let the people know where they can find you online. And you got 3 minutes to do your thing.
Find me online, Gorbensky on Instagram, Alexander Gorbensky Goldberg on Facebook, and Algon15 on Twitter. So my poem for tonight is called Spoken and Unspoken Laws. The countries live under two separate sets of laws. They are both spoken and unspoken for each purpose. The Constitution is most important, and it's first. The latter are completed by the Secret Service. I watch what goes on in Ukraine. It's deeply painful. And Russia wages war. We cannot go against it. It's a democracy. It's filled with Russian agents. How can we fight them? Can we do more than make statements? Ukraine still needs to change the economic order. It doesn't live here. It will never work here. Some people say, we won't give up this land. We need it. And others say, we have to wait, so let's just freeze it. Some people say, there is no drive. We have no forces. We don't know if this step will cause the massive protests. I must admit, the word makes sense. They might be right. But we need time, and sadly, time ain't on our side. The oligarchs don't live by laws. They have their own. They are controlling everything, and that is wrong. They don't believe they need reforms. They think they're right. Government knows it, but it's difficult to fight. As it turns out, we see how we become defenseless. And Russia needs it. It will use it all against us. If there's no justice, what to fight for? What's the plan? We see the way things are in Israel, Japan. They have mentality. They have the needed tools. But most importantly, they have unspoken rules. In South Korea, presidents were all in jail. Now they're making Samsung. They are doing well. Because unspoken rules are also the traditions. No matter who you are, no matter your position, the rules apply to all, and there are no exceptions. And once they start, they finish all investigations. Former Prime Minister of Israel is charged with the corruption. Accusations hit him hard. Despite the scandals that have always come along, Israel is advanced, and it is just as strong. We need unspoken rules to work, so we can soar. It can be done if we can follow them at war. It will take time to make us prosperous and free. Let's set unspoken rules right now. Let's start with 3.
Unmute yourselves, give it up for Alexander Goldberg.
I loved it.
Yeah, Goldberg.
Yes.
Woo!
Voice.
Goldberg.
That's right. Everyone should be following all the same rules. All the same rules. Okay. Oh, someone didn't get unmuted. They're muted. Yeah. All the same rules. I am all for that being fair. Alexander Goldberg. Make sure you give him a follow. Wordz. That's my dude out there. I can't wait to go skydiving again. It has been a long time. And when I reheard Alexander Goldberg's poem, because sometimes I go back and I listen to the shows afterwards, I was like, I can't believe I missed this. I gotta go skydiving with this dude. Love it. All right, let's keep it moving. Next coming up, we going to the Bronx. A woman who is now starting to curate her own shows, who's starting to get features and looks good in every color under the sun, representing the Bronx. That is our sister, Roz. Roz, it is good to see you. As always, you know the deal. Let the people know where they can follow you, and you got 3 minutes to give us your fire.
So it's Through Her Big Brown Eyes on Instagram, throughherbigbrowneyes.com, my website. Look out for my book. It's coming out this winter. I'm so excited. I'm not on theme today, but I'm trying to get in the habit of writing small, shorter pieces. So I'm gonna try to give you a few. This one is called New Skin, and it goes like this. Goodbye to old parts of me. Nostalgia hits, picking up pieces of dead skin with your names written on them. I'm in a trance, watching bits go down the drain as I undergo metamorphosis. Is there such thing as grower's guilt? I cannot apologize for my aim and can't afford to carry dead weight. Still, my heart is heavy as I wave and welcome my new skin. That's the first one. Second one is short and it goes like this. Perception battles intention and often wins because a bruised ego hurts more than walking in shoes that just don't fit. My third piece is called Gardener, and it goes like this.
Take a break from watering and realize you are the garden, worthy of being admired, watered by the bearer of green thumbs, with a heart that speaks in haikus, written only for you. And last but not least, return to sender. And it goes like this. Home, a feeling, not a place. Feeling of safety in space that encourages authenticity and the liberty to be perfectly imperfect and still love the same. Where words don't act as a ball and chain and conditions never in prison. And we leave our armor at the door because love has evicted war and that soldier doesn't live here anymore. End poem.
Unmute yourselves, give some
You
love
are
to
the
Roz.
Love that. Love me.
Yes,
go.
Thank you, thank you.
Rose. I love it. I love it. Through her big brown eyes on Instagram, through her bigbrowneyes.com. And you know, poetry is supposed to be about saying a lot with very little. So I'm always for the short poems. I'm loving it. It's packing a powerful punch. I'm loving it. You know, just like diamonds are very much condensed, right? Or if you're into sports and boxers, they talk about like, you know, having a condensed punch. Like there's a lot of power in that. So I love it. And having rhythm. But, you know, Roz is from the Bronx. You know, she's Latina. She got rhythm. Through her bigbrowneyes.com. Make sure you go check her out. Okay, we're having a lot of fun here at the open mic, but we are going to temporarily leave it so we could go into the skip verse. And now coming up next is, wait, I don't see him. Am I missing him? Is he not here? Paul Skiff is supposed to be next. I don't see Paul. Okay, I will have to come back and maybe he will be on later. Usually Paul is here. I hope everything is okay with Paul. Paul is not only a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic, but he is an OG with the New York Poets Cafe. I love having him on. So if he comes back on or logs on late, we will get to him. Next, then, we're going to keep it moving with Mia, and I know Mia's here. Mia Aguilera. We are ready for the fall, I see. I like the little update. That's what's up, Mia. All right, Mia, you know the deal. Where can we find you online? And you got 3 minutes to rock out.
All right, you can follow me on Instagram at Mia Sochid. I'll put it in the chat. Let's see. I have a series of like fall type poems that I'm working on. And this is one of them. It's a little bit somber, but I hope you like it. It's called Rhododendrons. House scattered with cardboard boxes, knit cardigan, leather boots, a wishbone left to dry on the windowsill. You plucking 2 fluffy flowers, wiggling them above your head as if ears. I spent the first week of September sobbing. Tend and tend my pothos, cactus, and anthurium. Willing greenness, moist soil to sustain my flesh soft and bruised. Wooden floors hold the sound of your small, quick steps. Walk up the hill. In this late summer, in this fading light, rhododendrons, the color of blood. Thank you.
You yourselves give some love to Mia.
Yes.
Mia Aguilera. I am so happy she is a mainstay here. She has come and she has rocked out with us at some of our in-person events. I didn't see her this weekend, I hope you must have been writing the next great American novel or having divine sex, because that is the only reason to be missing open mics that I am hosting. So the next time we have a hybrid event, Mia will be there. Those who are curious about the hybrid event, I'm still waiting to get a solid date from the New York because I want it to be a reoccurring event. I will be updating all of y'all on this. Okay, before we move forward, because we have some latecomers, because that's how it is. You are checking out the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, hosted by me, that mug face you see on your screen, Advocate of Words. You can find me at Advocate of Words. When you spell words, that's with a Z. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. If you would like to see our past events or recording of this event, you can go check it on our Facebook and YouTube. Look up New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Tonight's open mic list is closed. Now, the sign-up list begins 24 hours before the show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you would visit neweurekan.org and you would click on full events calendar. When you get there, you would click on the Monday that you're going to be signing up for. So next Monday would be October 4th, and you would order an artist RSVP tickets. The only way to get on the open mic list. But once again, remember, if your name is called tonight and you are on the list, you are not going to be able to sign up next week. You'll be able to sign up again for the October 11th event, but not next week. And we have changed our rules because the open mic list, because we're cognizant of the popularity, the open mic list had gotten clogged, and we're trying to get as many people on as possible. We want to hear a bunch of different voices, and that we have just started doing that over here. Today's the new day, the new era. All right, let's keep it moving. The Urban Cowboy Poet is next. Another mainstay here in the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Brother, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to share a legend with us.
Urban Cowboy Poetry, Facebook or YouTube. I'm going to do unwritten rules. Put the toilet seat down, then wash your hands. In the doorway is no place to stand. Help the downtrodden if you can, and don't let friends vote Republican. We don't want your bad day, so don't be rude. And don't slice salami in the nude. He can't read your mind, girl, or guess your mood. If you want something from him, just ask a dude. If I say something that can be taken two ways, and one way makes you sad or mad, I meant that something the other way. You know I love you, you should be glad. You plan a wedding, what to serve, what to wear, don't let the bride be the largest one there. Invite a linebacker with lots of tattoos or a sumo wrestler if you have to. We hope our children know these rules. No smoking, drug dealing, or mass shooting in schools. Don't urinate in swimming pools, and don't kick a man in the family jewels. Spay or neuter your dog, keep him on a leash. Don't share with children your coke or hashish. Music can help you tell right from wrong. There are many unwritten rules in a song. You can't hurry love, no, you just have to wait. Love don't come easy, it's a game of give and take. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. 4 rules. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't go swimming in a baseball pool. You can't go fishing in a watermelon patch. But you could be happy if you've a mind to. And one more rule for Advocate. The rule his beloved Chicago Bears should have known. Hey, quarterback, if you don't want the Browns to beat you, release the ball quickly, or Myles Garrett will eat you. Thank you.
What a way to end that,
Yes.
Yes. The Urban Cowboy Poet. Oh, I didn't see that coming about the Chicago Bears. I was like, man, like I've done half the things he said in that poem. Oh, hold on. I don't know. Okay, that was Abraham Kamani. I don't know why we didn't mute his. I got him though. But yeah, man, my Chicago Bears did not do well. Miles Garrett did. They ate us up. Anyway, we're at a poetry event. We're not talking sports here. Look up the Urban Cowboy Poet on YouTube. It's been a rough Sunday for me, a rough Sunday. Okay, next coming up, Shania Parker. And I believe she has been trying to get on for a while. And because of our new rules, now we got space and we are going to hear from her. And also, I want to say, would you prefer to be called Pretty Poetic?
Yes, I'm trying to build my brand.
Yo, I am all for it. So next
Yes.
Poetic, if you have been following us in the chat, in the Zoom chat, you see she has been responding and reacting to everyone's poetry, giving love. I appreciate that. Where are you located?
So I'm in the Bronx.
Yeah! Oh,
Yes.
Oh, snap. That's what's up. All right. So you heard how we're doing it. You first let the people know where they can find you online so you can get some more followers. And then after that, you got 3 minutes to rock out. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. So I'm on Instagram. My name is Naya28, but I'll put it in the chat. And the first time I ever joined the open mic was for New Year's. So yes. All right, so I have 2 poems. They're pretty short. The first one is called My Bogart. It's a Harry Potter reference. Professor Lupin once said, a Bogart can sense your deepest fears. So it's no surprise I'd be faced with this stage. No surprise at the way that I sway, as if rocking a baby if that baby had aged. See, this is what I've always been afraid of. So if you're seeing this, it's historic. Though my heart is pounding, I feel euphoric, as if I'm finally brave enough to explore it. My dream, that is. My soul always knew it, but there just was no way I could do it. Even standing here at 30, I swear I'm about to lose it. But here goes nothing. If you only speak about dreams with no action, you're bluffing. And in turn, you'll come out of this thing gaining nothing. Is that the life you always wanted? Always had this big ball of passion inside of me, as if I might combust if I don't get it out of me. Body withering away from the strength it takes out of me. Fighting this thing called greatness. See, fear, though he be small, he's fierce and unrelenting. Sort of like bed bugs, fitting into the most minute cracks in your armor to breed on repeat. You know, sometimes you just gotta bomb that shit. Destroying all traces, any lingering thoughts that you're not good enough. Shania, imagine what would happen if you believed that you were, that you are, that you can. So here goes nothing. Not my best foot forward, but that won't dictate my next step. Might not be my best shit now, but watch how I blast up. A queen who dropped her crown, finally picking it back up. And the scary ass stage is now just a brown step. She ready. And I have one more super short. It's called Innocently. Innocently, your love decapitates me. Can't think when you're present. Your essence encapsulates me. It traps me. Wraps me in a billion layers of pleasantry. Peasantly, I yearn for your love presently. I'm needy, greedy for your loving. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you.
One of us, if you could hear above everyone being loud and obnoxious, which I love, people were screaming, one of us. That means you have messed up your life, Pretty Poetic, because every Monday you're going to have to come hang out with us. Even on the Mondays that you can't read because of our new rules, because everyone can't read back-to-back weeks, no one can, but you got to come back to people like your stuff. Make sure you put your info in the chat so that people can follow you, okay? Pretty Poetic, representing the Bronx. I'm a little biased, all right? If y'all want to get on my good side, represent the Bronx. Love the New York Yankees, and definitely don't talk bad about the Chicago Bears, okay? Who knows, man? Who knows? You just may get a bad comment on your YouTube, right? Urban Cowboy Poet. Okay, moving forward, of course not. I love that dude. I love it. Next coming up is Andy Markert. And by the way, I want to thank everyone. We are moving along swimmingly. We are definitely going to get to the waiting list. We are going to hear from a bunch of different people today. I am so excited about it. Mr. Andy Markert, Let the people know where they can find you online. And then let's get into 3 minutes of heaven with you.
Ooh, heaven. I like that. Hi, my loves. You can find me at Andy Meerkat in that little bubble below my screen, right next to my pronouns. And we are going to dive into this poem. It's called If All I Get to Live In Is the Prison of My Past, When Is It My Turn for Parole? Or My Greatest Moments Have Not Happened Yet. The Royal Court Theatre in London has 465 seats, 2 balconies, and it was built in 1888. It is a notoriously difficult place to work. My greatest moment was in 2010. I stood on a stage into an audience of 465 people, shouted a monologue that began, "Sweet American food," to a stunned room of British people who erupted into laughter. I cannot remember for the life of me the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They called me the little cannon because my voice boomed in that room so perfectly they swore it was built for it. I received an unheard of standing ovation. It had never happened before or since. I walked off stage, made it to a dressing room and collapsed. I had no idea how long I sobbed or how long 4 of my classmates, bodies heaped upon mine, hands squeezing mine, whispering words of calm in my ear, providing the measured calm of their heartbeat, stayed on that floor with me. I have never been more proud. I have never been more happy. I can describe to you in terrifying clinical detail every single second of my last week in active addiction, every single meal, every single act of barbarity I had visited on my own body from the hands of others and my own. I still remember my drug dealer's phone number. Between the broken boy and that stage were 8 years of time, 8 years of life, 8 years of lost moments. Between the broken boy and the man right now, there's been 19 years. Between my greatest moment and the man before you is 11 years. Memory is a prison cell we never quite get parole from. She tells me I live too much in yesterday. I tell her I just want to seem impressive. Who am I, if not my stories? She looks at me in the low light of our bedroom, bodies pressed together, hands squeezing mine, providing a measured calm and arousal in the warmth of a heartbeat that I was impressive, am impressive, will continue to be. I didn't have to be on cold tile just to show I'm something to be cherished. I didn't have to be broken on a floor to be enough, that my strength is not as beautiful as my smile, that my experience is only as valuable at walking hand in hand upright with my wonder. I'm learning now this body never left that floor, that in measuring by integers of my past, I lose my present. I tell people constantly, a body cannot live bereft of hope. A sentence I've never allowed myself to serve, so devoted to the cult of my own past, I'll never allow myself to live in today, much less tomorrow. My greatest moments have not happened yet. I am still becoming the man I am, meant to be, already are, always was. There is a life outside of the prisons we confine ourselves to, even when they're ours. Even when they tell you there isn't.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for
Oh my
Andy
God.
Marker.
That was
so
really
beautiful.
beautiful.
That
That was great.
so good. Thank
That
you.
was that was
Andy Markert, you can follow him at Andy Meerkat. And when you spell Meerkat, that is with 2 T's. Make sure that you go give this dude a follow. He is always giving it up when he's coming here. I love him, love him. Thank you, Andy. And because the UK was mentioned, I have to give a special shout out to my special lady, Mariella Salazar, who's actually not in the UK right now. She's in France. And I got to give her a special shout out as well because she is traversing Europe, spreading the good word about the Monday Night Online online open mic and other things and other poets here in our community. So I appreciate that. I don't want to jump ahead and let anyone know what's going on, but we working on some things and all of y'all are going to benefit from it. I'm really excited about it. Also want to give a shout out to Terry Rose Jertson, who's looking in and checking us out. I appreciate her. She's a Philadelphia Phillies fan. I am not worried about the Philadelphia Phillies, so we can like her still. Also, I see Abraham Kamani is here in the building. Abraham is not on the open mic, but he is checking us out today, as is Tara Lee. Oh, Tara Lee is awesome. She's coming in and checking us out. They're going to be able to sign up next week. So who knows? Maybe we'll hear from them next week when they rock out. My man Scott Pleasance is here as well, who I got to see at Wild Poets. I appreciate that brother very much. Him and his wife came. They are so pleasant and so awesome. I also see Poetic Desire is checking us out, right? Yep, she is not on the open mic list. My Pisces sister. Maybe she'll be signing up next week. Also, Jane Spoken Word is here, who I gotten to see at Wild Poets again this past weekend. She's a badass woman. You don't want to mess with her. Okay, let's keep it moving. Next coming up is another badass poet, and that is Gina Nepa. Gina Nepa had the audacity to tell us last week. I'm trying to unmute you, Gina. She had the audacity to tell us last week that she got writer's block. Gina, you better fix that shit because we love your poetry over here and we want to hear it all the time. So let the people know they can follow you online, and then we ready for your 3 minutes of fire.
Hi. You can find me on Instagram at Gina Antonia Poetry. And I did write a new piece since last week. So something that you said or did just like came through in the energy, and you came for me and it worked. So thank you for that. Also, I don't know how I'm supposed to follow Andy's piece because I just felt that in every place in my body and it was very, very powerful. So thank you. I have a really short piece today because I want us to kind of get to people on the wait list. So this is called No Exceptions, and it's about the co-opting of the pro-choice movement, a lot of like recent legislation that has been passed. When they tell me cloth over their mouths is inherent violation, but forcing me to birth a child that is the product of violation, the product of a cultural fucking framework that conditioned me to think I wasn't allowed to ask him to pull out, that I was somehow too young to buy a cigarette, but old enough to know that the hand over my throat, the hand on the back of my head was more deserved than the hand of the government trying to keep people alive. The first time I was told I was asking for it, I responded, I wish I knew how. The first time I bought Plan B with more shame than cash, the pharmacist looked at me with almost as much disdain as the man the night before. I was 20 years old. The first time I realized the shame would take longer to leave my body than he had if he stays in long enough, if he pushes deeply enough, will he kindly terminate the pregnancy for me? Would certainly save me the burden of terminating my own life. There's no need for birth control when there's no one controlling you anymore. Will we count these suicides as state-sanctioned murders, or will Cuomo mistake the count? In a culture that has slowly, carefully, craftily gaslit me into believing over time that my body was made for growing life, just not my own, I realized maybe they were right all along. I was never meant to be able to breathe anyways. That's it. We're good. We're done.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Love your work.
He said,
You're so fair. Always.
Gina Nepa, give her a follow, Gina.Antonia.Poetry on Instagram. Make sure you go give this woman a follow. She is so fire with her poetry and her writing and her energy. I love it. You know, but she's gonna have to stop that. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry I was here. I'm sorry I'm so. No. You rocked out. And shout out to whoever walked into the back of your room. Hi, Gina's friend or sister or roommate. She just killed it. She just killed it on the open mic. I don't know who that is, but shout out to them. I love it when y'all have your cameras on and people walk in. I love it. We can't get this at an open mic in person. All right, next coming up. Maybe we're thankful we're not in person because this next poet coming up has like 8 different black belts. They had to create new types of mixed martial arts because he kicks so much ass. And that is my man, Thomas Connor.
It's just 2. It's just 2. Stop being over exaggerated.
No. We saying 7. 7.
Okay, it's 7.
And you're getting your 8th next week. All right.
I'm getting my 8th. Yes. Yep. I got you.
and you'd have 9, but you keep coming hanging out with us. So, all right, Thomas, let the people know they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out.
You can find me at Thomas Connor at Facebook and TAC7371 at Instagram. So this is a piece about, kind of like space, but you'll get it. 8 a.m., bus crowded, bodies squirm and squeeze, searching for comfort, space too limited. They move and push and excuse me's, bus lacking space, hands on poles, bodies shuffle in droves, pushing, pulling, reaching for rest, no seat in the back. There's really nowhere to go. Hands filled, walks in hunch, straight to the front, drops hard on the seat, not privy to her. Warned to get up, no seat in the front for you. I'm telling you to go back. There's no room up there. I'm tired, don't care. Cops arrested her for being human, charged for just living her life. But they were unaware she just made history because Miss Rosa knew the worth of her space. Peace.
Ooh, unmute yourselves and give it up for Thomas.
Yeah, all right.
Come on, that was hot.
Thank you.
Damn.
I'm all about fighting for space. I appreciate that poem. Make sure you go give Thomas Connor a follow, especially since the Mets have been officially eliminated from the playoffs. But the Yankees haven't. I'm only brave enough to say that because we're not in person, because this dude would take his 8 black belts and kick my ass for saying that. Yo, much love to Thomas Connor, man. That's my dude right there. All right, next coming up is, I think Marlene has been on here, but only once. I know, she is also another one of those poets that has had trouble getting on because it's been so clogged. And I am so happy we're going to get to hear from her. Marlene.
Hey.
And I'm saying your name right this time, right?
Yes,
Last time I had said
hey.
Marilyn, right?
You're good.
But I got it right. Marlene.
You're good.
Marlene, let the people know where they can find you online. And you got 3 minutes to rock.
Sure. So my Instagram handle is Guerrere X Sensible. If that's too hard, just think of it as like sensitive warriors. Use Google Translate it and you got it. But so this poem, when I saw the thing, I know you said like short introduction, so I just want to give a context. When I saw the title, the topic, unspoken rules, like I'm autistic, that's perfect for me because there's so many unspoken rules that I have we just don't know them, right? So this is called the unspoken rules of socializing. There are some things society expects us to understand, knowledge absorbed through osmosis, rules unspoken, but you seem new to this, so I'll help you out. While you listen, make sure you write this down. 1, make eye contact, but not too much. People get weirded out when you look at them for too long. They aren't fond of being stared at. Something to do with intimacy. Like this one time I told a girl I liked her shoes, but forgot to blink. You'd think I insulted her mother. From then on, every other compliment I gave, engraved somewhere in my mind was look away, because that conveys that I am not a threat. People treat you better when you are not a threat. That brings me to my next point. 2, smile often. Now this step requires a phone, mirror, and a lot of patience. Concentration is essential as you go back and forth between your phone and the mirror, attempting to appear the same as the model in front of you. This rule constitutes designated times for smiling. For example, offering condolences on departed souls? No. Praising the newly dead? Yes. I know they're dead and it shouldn't matter. The reminders of mortalities prevent people from seeing properly. 3, assume good intentions. People don't always say what they mean, but it's considered impolite to question them. So pretend the math adds up and hope for the best, except sometimes pretending leads you to Poughkeepsie, meeting a guy for a second date as he downplays bringing you back to his place. We'll just watch Netflix. You don't question anything until he slings it out after you said you didn't want to have sex. People don't always say what they mean. 4, don't bring up facts that will make people feel uncomfortable, like how the body swells up to twice its size when decomposing, or how octopuses eat their own arms when they get bored, or how 17 milliliters of human blood can substitute for an egg, or how disabled women are 3 times more likely to be sexually assaulted in their lifetime. Sometimes I think we are the octopuses eating our own arms just because we can. Manslaughter doesn't always involve a gun. Sometimes it is the slow, silent deaths that go unnoticed. Thank you.
Oh my God, where's my unmute button? My unmute button. Everyone unmute yourselves. Give it up for Marlene.
That was amazing.
And what an introduction to her name and speaking about autism and the poem. Make sure you go give Marlene a follow right there. You see it in her box. You can type it out right there. You don't need the Google Translator. Type it out and go give her a follow. This is why I wanted to do rules, because we have so many awesome poets who are in our community, and we have so many awesome poets that want to get down with us too. And that's why we opened it up for voices like Marlene. Thank you, Marlene. You better be coming back now, Marlene. You better be coming back. All right, next coming up, she's standing up already. She got her name ready for her website and everything. She hosts over at the Nomadic Press, and she was supposed to be here last week, but she's busy living her best life. Is Naz. What's going on? How are you? I'm so happy you're back. We can't hear you. You're unmuted, but maybe your microphone's not on, or your computer's not on. Oh, come on, Naz. We want to hear you.
There it is. All right.
There you are. Yes.
Thank you for having me.
I am so happy you're here. Please promote everything. Your website, Nomadic Press, and then you got 3 minutes to rock out. Go ahead.
So you can find me at nazila.com. I host the Nomadic Press virtual open mic every Friday on Zoom. If you go to my Facebook page, I always post it Thursday or Friday, and you can sign up online. And I just want to give a shout out to Noelia, Amanda, Thomas, Michael. Who else is here? Terry Rose, all of y'all, Finn, all the people. So hopefully I'll see y'all Friday or some Friday, but I'm real glad to see you right now. So this is for me and lightweight for all of y'all. It's untitled because it's kind of new. She sits trapped in a box of her own design, high off the fumes of fear and entitlement. She is old and Caucasian, carrying heavy bags on her back of childhood trauma and patriarchy. A pandemic paranoia has turned us into neighboring countries instead of landlady-tenant friends. I keep my indoor life solely contained in my room, listen to her dinosaur stomps through the house, avoid confrontations as I slip in and out of our domicile. She will retreat to her cave soon enough for slumber. I will then wander down the hall. Her language is passive aggression. She is deaf, with electronic assistance. I refuse to comprehend her. She would like me to exchange my concerns for racial justice and equality for attention to climate change and politics. I have told her my life is more than just a social issue to be debated over dinner. We agree that we disagree, and have ceased all conversation beyond garbage day and utilities. Everyone outside her choir is an asshole. I purposely sing to her off key. We are not a heartwarming feel-good movie in which the protagonists negotiate their differences, learn to love each other, and live happily ever after. At the end of the day, she is a liberal but racist old white lady, resistant to an alternate perspective or correct pronunciation of my name. And I am an ever-defiant, very Black girl, unwilling to play the role designed for me or absolve her sins.
Shots fired. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Naz.
Yes, yes.
That's amazing.
See, you can't mess with poets. I know poets, you think soft and everything. Yo, poets, go in. Make sure that you go give Naz a follow. go onto her website, check out the her Facebook, and yeah, shots fired. I had to duck. I know the shots weren't coming at me, but you know what I'm saying. Those are some hot shots fired. Fridays, Nomadic Press does their open mic. I have had the pleasure of going on and rocking at it. I love the community. I love what they're doing out there. And I know Noelia, who has rocked out here on the Monday night a couple of times, and hopefully she will sign up next week because she'll be able to. Will come and rock out. She has also done it over there at Nomadic Press. And I'm happy to hear that many of you who come and attend the Monday nights are over there rocking out on Fridays as well. Go ahead, Nas. I'm here for it. I'm here. I'm from the Bronx. I'm here for it. All right, let's keep moving. Next coming up is, I hope I say your last name right, Andrea Jacobo. Let's see. I'm trying to unmute you, Andrea. Are you getting the button?
Oh, yeah, here we go.
There we
Hello.
go. How do I say your last name?
Jacobo. Jacobo.
Wait, say it again.
Jacobo.
Oh,
Jacobo.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm halfway. I was saying it with my mommy's tongue.
It's
I
okay.
apologize about that. Wait, now, Andrea, your face seems familiar. Have you performed here?
I have.
You have?
I have.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but only once though, right?
Yeah,
a while
once
ago.
a while ago,
Okay.
and then during the height of the pando, like back in April 2020, when Amanda invited me randomly one day. So
okay.
So twice.
So where you been? Where you been?
I'm in school. It's been hard. Don't say I've been trying to make it out here.
Okay, well, listen, maybe you weren't listening before. There's only two good excuses. You're either writing the next great American novel, or you're having divine sex, or you're doing both at the same time. Okay, there you
all
go.
Three. Let's do all three.
There you go, Andrea.
Okay, thank you.
So,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, remind you, let the people know where they can find you online. If you have social media you want us to follow you at, and then you got 3 minutes to rock out. Go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you. You can find me at Make Way, the number 4, DRE, Dre, Make Way for Dre. I also have my poetry Instagram that I'm really bad at. It's called Poetic Justicia. I'll put it in the chat after this. I really like today's theme. It's called about unspoken truths. So I have 2 poems, very short poems that I want to share with y'all. This poem is called Apúntate. We don't want to live in your white, quiet neighborhoods where them bold my speakers have to make a silent bachata step. Ten cuidado. You can't be too loud. They're watching you. Big brother's taking note of where our melanin oozes through our pores to kiss our cheeks con aceite de coco that paints our roses and gold. It's okay. We don't know how it feels to not have any melanin in your ear, or how it feels, or how not, you don't know how you feel, or of how, sorry, ooh, I messed that one up. So I'm gonna rewind. We don't know how it feels to have melanin in your ear, or how the tympanic drum never felt the rodoble de la tambora, sealed with the tam-tam of my rhythmic sway. I'd rather live in a neighborhood where my roasters te cuenta las noticias before your alarm goes off, where your abuela's greca taps its way into your slumber. Levántate, la lucha sigue. I'd rather be in a community where loud conversations from the island makes you wonder, oye, how many nautical miles per decibel of sound does it take for a Dominican to have a conversation como fulana? It will never equal to the desire of a white picket fence con ese sueño americano barato. So I take note here, and you take note aquí. I'd rather be in my community than yours. So I'll take my fafua and make this left turn, and my assets too. Me voy pa mi casa. Fui, care fui. Thank you. I don't know how much time I have left. I think we have 3 minutes, but I don't know how long that was. So I do have an extra piece, but I'll leave it for another day if I don't have time.
Unmute yourselves, give it up.
was fire.
Yes, I loved it.
Oh, girl.
Represented beautiful, Andrea. Beautiful.
Appreciate it.
She killed it. Listen, Andrea, get your studying on so you can sign up again with us, okay? Get your study. I'm gonna send Amanda over to like babysit you and make sure you're doing your work so you can get back on with us. Andrea, oh, I love it. 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 See, this is why we have the new rules, so we could open it up and get some more voices. I love it. Next coming up is a voice we haven't heard in a while. Just Joy. She always brings it. She always brings the energy. I was so happy when I saw her name on the list tonight. I'm trying to unmute you. Joy, unmute yourself. We want to hear your voice. There it is.
All right.
There we go. We can hear you. Let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm online. JOIGALES 21. I'm on Instagram. So I just wrote this today to be on theme. The title of the poem is called Day After Day. Here we go. We were supposed to put an equal amount of effort into this relationship thing. I was your beautiful queen and you were my forever king. We left our inhibitions at the door and broke down all these boundaries. The love we had, it was just bound to be the best I ever had. I made you the captain of my ship. You was expected to evacuate last. You came along and made me forget all about my past. We entered this relationship with an equal amount of trust, mutual respect, and communication, which was supposed to be our love foundation. But you know how the saying goes, what's understood never has to be said. Like how you saw my text messages, but still left my ass on red. Or that time you stayed out all night with Malik and them, and you justified your bullshit because we wasn't living together then. Or how you told me you always wanted me to be a part of your life, but you never had the courage enough to make me your wife. You made me believe that it was us and just us two. But then you kept doing shit to remind me that you're free to do whatever the fuck you want to. It's like these unwritten rules of love only apply to me. Meanwhile, you keep playing with my heart continuously. So now I'm ready to get back on track and get my life back. So I thank you for letting me go, because if you wouldn't have, I would have stayed and kept adhering to these unspoken rules day after day. Thank you.
Just Joy.
Oh my
Just Joy. I love that woman's energy. Make sure you put your info in the chat so that people can follow you. And of course, poets, after every time you perform, make sure you check the chat so you can see all the nice things that people are saying about you. Just Joy. I love that woman's energy. All right, next coming up is another voice who I don't think has been on the Monday Night Online open mic at all, and that is Lucas. Let me unmute Lucas. I'm trying to unmute you. Are you getting the message, Lucas, to unmute? Yes? No?
Yes.
There we go. Lucas, this is your first time on Mondays with us, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Man, we have been doing this for 78 weeks. Where have you been?
It's been absent, yeah.
Yeah, you have been absent because I don't know who you are. I should know who you are. Anyway, Lucas, where you located, brother?
I'm actually in Massachusetts. In Acton.
Okay, wait.
Was trying to find a poetry place, so I looked online and found it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I know over in Massachusetts, at least in Boston, they got Lizard Lounge. I don't know if that's open, but they do a lot of poetry there. But wait,
Yeah, I think
Lucas,
that's right.
here, I got to ask you an important question, all right? And I'm looking at Gigi's face. I think she knows what's coming. You're not a Boston Red Sox fan, are you?
My grandfather is, but no, I'm not.
Okay, woo-hoo-hoo. Props to your grandfather. We respect our elders, but I'm glad you're not a Red Sox fan. Okay, Lucas, you see how it is. You let the people know they can find you online, then you got 3 minutes to rock out. Go ahead, the floor is yours.
I'm not really online, but I guess I had a Venmo. I was recommended, so I put it in there. So I have this poem. It's called "The Rose of Those Who Leave Me Owed." it's kind of hard to perform. It's fast, but to each my parents never wrote a receipt. Each piece of glass stuck in my feet bleed. Moscato below, thoughts on my heels can't feel. Toe to toe grown, past printed finger to soul I hold linger. Awake, feeling vivid, roses dawn, though red as dusk. No epitaph until my epilogue. Only head I trust. These days outnumber me. I pass into no not for key. So my life in summary brought out my will lock eyes with thee. Amnesty from rows of dreams ahead of me. My final scene, I'm wilted weeds blossoming. My ethylene is alcohol. Apple eyes are seeing raw, ripening, vanilla bottle, antifreeze, and anything that ends in all, ends at all, ends in withdrawal, wrinkles and scars, space amongst stars, help divide the time, increases pale memories and pieces. My thesis arise past tense. No days will sequence a sown vision, the end, red omen with stem. I can't speak to my senses, my will ill, wisdom intensive. I've invented the judge, warden, prisoner sentence. Life under the sun is mute moments encased on blank page. I'm years that cascade, collage of cells that don't shine. I cast shades while holding pens, not folded hands. My point of view construed to rest the diagnosis. Question blue lotus brain fluid. Hope to captivate the fluent or caress the sense of hopeless I influence death in the rows of those who leave me owed.
Unmute yourselves.
Amazing. That was amazing. That was amazing.
One of us.
Yes.
Awesome, Lucas. I'm digging the flow right there. And you know what else I'm digging? I'm digging the tilted camera. Very like cinematic and like off. I love that. Now I'm like, damn, wait a second. I got to do it with mine now. I'm going to host the show like that. Appreciate you, Lucas. Make sure you are not a stranger, especially since you're not a Red Sox fan. I love having non-Red Sox fans here show up. Okay, now we are going to the man who I was worried about, but he is back. We're going to the Skiff verse with Paul Skiff. Paul, you had me concerned. I was like, where is Paul? You were here every Monday night. My mind started to go to the worst. I am so happy you were here. Let the people know where they can find you online. And then, brother, you got 3 minutes to rock out.
Hey, thanks. Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late. That's one YouTube I'm going to go watch. Computer problems. Oh, well. I did make it. Glad to see so many new people. I've been posted most recently on Skiffgram on Instagram. This doesn't have a title, but it's full of unspoken rules. And many of you have been in this institution. Where was the institution born? Who are the institution's parents? Where does the institution go to complain? Is there a website where it can look up society's office hours? Is the institution, if the institution is caught in a train delay so it misses the deadline for application, is there hope this excuse will be accepted? When the institution receives a rejection notice, does it feel like no one understands it? How do we standardize repetition of a behavior, say paying an entrance fee, so it becomes involuntary, like breathing? The institution has habits. The institution saves its top floors for occupants who get turned into rule puppets. They speak without a human voice. Down their throats is a private world of regulations and audits. Is what's there in their superiority something that makes sense, or language not meant to be spoken? The institution falls on top of people, ponderous and unaware. It sounds like bags of money hit the ground. It hits the ground money first. Money hurts. The institution is polished and shined. It is updated and insured. The institution has real estate. It is like a person with status. Backed by a power holder, an expert announces their own triumph, and a theoretical squabble promotes the institution's monopoly, a definition of life where the concept of credit slips depth into your future and you drink it without knowing. The institution's actual location is in the blankness of your mind. The more inscrutable the institution becomes, the more its truth is supreme. If the institution had not made you into its home, you would live in hopeless cognitive darkness, empty of symbols. There would be no cure, judgments, belief, rite of passage, sense of belonging, or fashionable hairstyle. Modern anger is a creation of the institution. That is why the institution has put itself inside you. That is why you do the institution's seeing. Given your eyes back, what would the inside of you look like? Examining your every act to discover if what you have done is really you, how much of you would you find?
Ooh, unmute yourself. Make some noise.
Wow. That is so true.
How we institutionalized.
We sure are.
Paul Skiff, you can check him out, Skiffgram on Instagram, paulskiff.com. I'm loving it. Where does the institution go to complain? We got to hear and see Paul Skiff this past weekend. Always a pleasure to be around this dude. I love his energy. I love his poetry. Thank you, Paul. Paul Skiff, an OG at the New York Poets Cafe. He's got more claim to this open mic than I do. All right, we're about to go to someone we haven't heard from in a while, but before we do, I want to give a shout out to some of the people who are here in Zoom, who are not on the open mic list and watching. Our brother out in Japan, Poetaku, I love seeing you. Thank you. He's always giving us props and always coming and giving us energy, especially on Twitter. I see you, brother. Thank you. We also have someone here named Spoken Hurts. I like your name. I don't think I know who that is, but I like your name, and I see that you've been giving us love here tonight. I appreciate you. We also have someone, it's either Mary Cia or Marisha_NYC. I don't think I know who that is, but I see that they are checking us out here in Zoom, and I appreciate you listening to our poets. Also, Theodore, listen, Theodore, I see you checking this out, but I don't know how to say your last name, and you're not on the open mic list to correct me, so I'm not even going to attempt to say your last name. I apologize about that, but I see you, and I like your picture that you got up there, looking like a model. Our brother IC is here. He rocked out last week. He's not on the open mic list, so maybe he's going to sign up for next week. Also, our brother Elemental in the building, representing the Bay Area. This dude is damn near in all of our highlights. He is fire. He may be signing up next week. Noelia, who I had mentioned before, Noelia is a beast. Maybe she's going to sign up next Monday. And also someone named IB. I don't know who IB is, but they came in a little late and they've been checking us out. So I appreciate you listening to our poets. Now we are going to someone we haven't heard from a while. Someone who is around since damn near day one of the Monday night online open mic. She was part of our first commercial. So was her son, representing the Bronx. It is Tree. I am so happy to see you, girl. How are you?
Oh my God. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Listen,
how are you?
Listen, I am well. It's just, if any of you guys have children, this has been a lot. I was trying to make sure this boy gets to bed so I can be here, just so I can be here for you guys. I love you guys so much. I'm always on the Instagram like, yes, do your
Yes, I see it. I see the Instagram love, but now it's time for us to hear your poetry and give you love. Tree is awesome. I love it. And she is not in the hallway, so that means she must have really gotten the kids to bed and she got some space. I know. Okay, Tree. So let the people know they can follow you online. And then just in case you don't know, we have a new 3-minute rule. So you got 3 minutes to rock out, okay?
Got it. Thank you. Next time I'm gonna come through in the stairwell though. This is called Pseudo Love's Literary Devices. Is it an oxymoron to feel numb or speak dumb? Deaf poetry now pulsates the chords of the score I can't thumb. You gave crumbs withholding the whole bun. I gave light and you eclipsed the whole sun. This ain't fun. but I keep doing it. Constantly telling myself that I'm through with it, but like a literal paradox, keep pursuing it, realizing the more I learn of you, the less I know. What's shining through are the darkest parts of false love's truth, the beginning of the end of me and you. I bit off more than I could chew when I decided to be with you. An idiom proved by the idiot move to build up my self-esteem with illegitimate tools, a seemingly simplistic solution for a soul seeking to stop the seclusion that she settled for this solution and succumbed to the song he was producing. So suddenly she spun. His slick assertion seduced her with literal alliteration from her station to a space where only truth vacations. Now, all she hears in her mind are phrases that have been eroded with time. And she could now blow a gasket from putting all her eggs in one basket, seeing all that glitters is not gold. Since down the river, he sold her dream in a bunch of cliches, confirming at the end of the day that the literal can be pivotal, a literary device if you let it. Better next time read between the lines, or you might as well just forget it. Thank you, guys. I love y'all so much.
I'm you just Tree. Wait. It's Dimple Tree on Instagram, or it's I'm a little off. Make sure that you put it into the chat so people can follow you on Instagram. Oh, I am so happy to see you. I am so glad that you're back. I love that people want to be good parents and all of that. I am all for that. This is how we make the world a better place. We raise better kids. But God damn it, on Mondays, get a babysitter, Tree. We want you here. I need your poetry and your energy. You hear me? Dimpled Tree. Oh, I did get it right? Dimpled Tree on Instagram. Go give this woman a follow. Especially since, and you know how I like my production value over here. Like, she included her son in our very first commercial for the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Up the production value a lot. Go give us some love just for that. All right, next coming up is not Gustav, but Gustav Salas. I know I'm getting names right.
You are rocking it. You are rocking it. Look at you.
I'm trying. So you know the deal. Let the people know where they can follow you online if you got social media, and then you got 3 minutes to rock out.
Word, I'll put all that stuff in the chat. This has no title. It's brand new. I'd really like some feedback. Crank those speakers up to 11. Let my words transport you to heaven. We are the gods in this sacred space, transcending sex, gender, and race, creating new worlds with our words as we take flight like birds, soaring above all this sadness, our planet possessed by madness. The future is envisioned by poets connected, minds changed and people affected. The music of our voices makes the universe dance. All we ask is that you listen, take a chance. So open your ears for some trippy rhymes, entheogenic, hallucinogenics for all times. Arise like the phoenix from the ashes. Our fire so bright you catch it in flashes. As hypercapitalism booms and crashes, corporations, our environment trashes. Derelict messiahs, drunk on lies, overheating our planet, you can hear its cries. It's come to this vital moment in time. We as writers must call out the crime against this earth. There is no planet B. It's all up to you and me. Evolve a whole new branch on the family tree. Open your third eye to finally see that I'm in you as you're in me. Therein lies the secret. It's not duality. We're holographic, each one the totality. It's way past time to get a grip, crack the whip and right the ship. Decisions we make now affect generations unborn. So let's not weep, nor should we mourn. All hands on deck for radical self-expression to defeat the forces of oppression and heal the wounds of our human mind to live in a world of real intelligent design.
Oh, what an ending. Give it up for Gustav, y'all.
Dope shit. So dope. That was dope, man. That was dope.
Gustav Salas representing Florida. Oh, I love this dude's energy. He's been with us for about a month and a half, and since day one that he's jumped on like going 100 miles per hour. I love it. I love it. Gustav, make sure you put your info in the chat so people know where to follow you. We are having a good night tonight. I am loving it. Let us keep moving forward. And I don't believe this next person has been on our open mic. she does look a little familiar. Tiffany, wait. The name doesn't seem familiar, but the face seems familiar. Have you been on Mondays or Thursdays?
I've been on Mondays and I only went once, so maybe that's why I look brand new, but I'm not new.
Well, no, I mean, I feel like I remember your face, but the name I didn't recognize. When was the last time you were on with us?
Ooh, Amanda, remind me.
Oh, you're another one of Amanda's friends who went and lived your life and didn't come back here on Mondays? What is wrong with you? See, you need
the audacity of me, right?
You need to be following Amanda's lead, all right? She is a leader. You need to be coming here on Mondays. Nobody's partying on Mondays. All right, Tiffany, I'm teasing you. Let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out.
You got it. Y'all can hit me up on IG, Tiffany Noel _10. It's in my name line. I'll get into it. I got one. It's kind of brand new. So let's see. Okay. She had beautiful eyes, captivating, seducing, challenging, begging, daring me to touch her, skin porcelain, hair like a multitude of whirlwinds, reflecting sunlight. She was the sun, a beautiful, fiery, hot light when she was light, an enticing aura when she really wasn't. It was really more like a pathway to Hades, depth masked by the reflection of the moon over the sheen of her waters. And maybe that's what it was. I was always so taken by her waves. Beneath the moonlight, I didn't realize I was being led into a riptide. And if I hadn't woken up from the dream, I might have died. She tried to kill me in the most painful of ways by watching me suffer, drain, and drift away out of myself day by day, out of myself day by day, without closure. Coffin closed, gaslighting was the key that held me. How could I fight when I didn't even know what I was fighting against? She was captivating, seducing, challenging, begging me to return by pushing me away, challenging my name by trying to turn everyone against me, seducing me with that chemistry that needed no words, but I'd hear the call. And before then, I'd fall to every time, captivated, it almost left me capsized. The truth was, she was reflecting my light, me. And I had to wake up, and I fought and fight against the current to return to myself in order to see. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give
That was
some
beautiful. Yes.
Come back. Come back. You got to come back.
I'm working so hard.
Stop working so hard, Tiffany. You need to come hang out with us. Tiffany Noel _10 is how you can follow her. And was that a coquille in the background that I was hearing? Is that what you, yep. Is that, yes? Did I hear that sound? All right, maybe I was bugged. I don't know. It sounded like it. I was like, wait, is Ray Camacho here? Where's Ray? Okay. Make sure you give Tiffany a follow, and maybe Tiffany will start coming back. All right. Peer pressure her, Amanda. All right. Next coming up is a woman who took a couple of weeks off, but it feels like 2 years, and we haven't even been doing this for 2 years. And that is Tanish. Wait, where is she? I saw her here. Did she get booted off? I hope not. Tanish. Oh, there she is. Tanish is such an awesome writer, and she's got such a great voice. And she got the anime hair, too. Tanish, it is good to see you. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then you got 3 minutes to rock out.
TanishCantos.com, Tanish Cantos on IG, and I just have a small one in the spirit of the theme. Between horizons line, I'm a pillar, and around the wrong people who step on me, rather than stand beside me, those who don't want opinions, the ones whose egos need to lead, whose voices need to always be heard, the ones who talk and laugh out loud all over me, who LOL into the horizon, where the line between sky and sea opens up and devours them whole. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves, give it up for.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
We love her poetry and her voice. TanisCantos.com. Make sure you go follow her and hit me up. Let me know what's been going on since we last spoke. Tanisha is starting to get with some writers, about to get her teaching on. So I'm gonna hit her up, follow up with that, see what's going on. And don't you dare be a stranger on Mondays, all right? I know you're working on yourself, getting your life better, but hello, I'm over here. We all know I need so much attention. All right. Next coming up, oh, shout out to Skyza who came in later. I see you. I see you giving us love, listening to the poets. I appreciate you, girl. No one's sneaking in here without me seeing them. I just got to remind myself to make sure I mention, let y'all know that I see y'all. Okay, next coming up, I feel like Marciel Alfonso has been here before. The name didn't ring a bell, but I feel like I've seen her face before. I'm trying to unmute you. And did I say your first name right?
Yes, you said my name right.
Awesome. So you seem familiar. Have you been on Mondays or Thursdays before?
I have not. I've watched a little bit. But yeah, this is my first time.
Awesome. Where are you located?
I'm in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. So that means when we have in-person events with the New Yo, you got to come through. Now that you're introducing yourself to the community online, when we do our stuff in person, you got to come through. So it is a pleasure to have you. We've been doing this for 78 weeks. Where the heck have you been? Okay. I don't care if y'all living your best life. Y'all need to come hang out with me. Anyway, with that being said, let us know where we can find you online. And you got 3 minutes to rock out. Go ahead.
Thank you. You can find me on Instagram at MAS_SI_EL. I want to say thank you for sharing this space and thank you for allowing me to take up space. This poem was inspired by Jasmine Mann's visual poem, Body. It's called My Body Tells Me. It's brand new, so let's just get right into it. My body tells me to make passionate love to myself. Instead, I treat it as if she's hurt me in so many ways I should punish her for it. My body asks me to let her take a break, take a breath, and instead I take her breath away and silence her with worries. I tie her hands with ropes of fear to take a leap of faith, because faith hasn't really been on my side. Faith hasn't slept on my side. Faith instead stares at me from the other side of the room. Faith hasn't spooned me till I've said goodnight. Faith hasn't played with my curls till my eyes say goodbye. I've been too afraid to take a leap of faith. I wasn't really the type to jump into anything, really. Even less if I was taking orders from a stranger. My body became a stranger. One I smile at in the streets. And although her smile reflected the same sadness mine did, I still didn't have the courage to face her. My body takes the time to tell me things. Instead, I ask my intuition to do itself a favor and place itself on mute, move itself to the back of the line. My body sometimes asks me to hold her. Instead, I pile on more shit just so I can say I don't have any spare hands. My body, the one I took possession of, tells me she is tired of this abusive relationship. She tells me she'd rather be in the midst of a tornado, to be drunk in a tsunami, rather peel skin off herself so that all the dead weight can slip right off of me. My body says she'll be seeing me in court soon. She will sue for the right to have her in her body again. My body whispers to me in my dreams. Why can I hear my dreams? Are there nightmares just as loud? Or am I too scared to wake up? Thank you.
Whoa.
One of
One of
us.
fucking us.
Yeah.
One of us.
Come
One of
on.
us.
Yes.
One of us. One of
One
us.
of us.
Fire.
Woo!
Yes, God.
Fire.
Yes.
Beautiful. Always do.
Oh my God. Marcia, awesome. What are you doing in the audience? You need to be signing up. Make sure you go give her a follow at Mas_C_LEL. Oh my God, that was so much fun. Next time we do an in-person event, you better be there. You better be there, or I'm going to take your body to court too. We're all going to, and we're going to take your voice to court, and we're going to take your pen to court, and we're going to take your journal to court, because you cannot be keeping that away from us. Woo, that was fire. So we have gotten through the guaranteed list, and it's not even 10 o'clock yet. That means we are going to get into the waiting list. First off, I am so happy with the new rules, because we're still getting to hear poets who we are accustomed to being here almost every week. I love hearing that. I don't want to get rid of those who have really helped build this community week in and week out. And we have also got room where we're getting to hear new voices like Maciel. Oh my God, so killing it. And then we got to hear some voices we haven't heard from in a while, like Tree and others. Oh my God, so good to see her. I'm loving it. We are rocking out. So let's continue. Now, I was looking for a Ray Bushra. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I don't see Ray here. I asked in the chat. I don't know where Ray is. I hope all is good, Ray. But like the rules state, if you sign up and I call your name and you don't show up, it does count as a performance. So Ray's not going to be able to sign up next week. But I do see the other person who's here, and that is Mr. Tesosomok. Wait, I did see him. I did see him. Where is he? I did see his name. There he is. Wait, is he there? I'm trying to unmute him. Are you there, Mr. Tesosomok? Are you there? Did you go to sleep? Nope, he's not. He's not. I don't know. All right, I'll hit him up again. So, Mr. Tesosomok, when you get this or you hear this, hit me up so I can call you. That means we're going to keep moving to Rich Glennon. Oh no, there's Mr. Tesosomok, and I don't see Rich Glennon. If anyone's friends with Rich Glennon, hit him up, let him know we're about to call him. Otherwise, he's going to lose his spot. I'm trying to unmute you, Mr. Tesosomok. There it is. There it is. Mr. Tesosomok, are you going to be here to the end?
Yes.
Have you ever read the Good Night, Sweet Poet poem?
No, I have not.
Awesome. I would like you to close out the show if you don't mind. Would that be cool with you?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay, so you know the deal. Other than that, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out. We ready for your TED Talk.
All right. Let's go. So me on Instagram, Gash19. I have a short piece today, so it won't be torturous. The semiotic destructuring. We really can't close ourselves up, even if we want to break away. We're trapped between the neurosis and anxiety of the open system. By design, we regularly exchange feedback with our external environment. The epitome of the open system is that we skate the libidinal exo-endo full spectrum exchange of deficits versus surpluses. Trepidate the on-throttle sensory inputs, processes, outputs, goals, assessments, and judgments, isolated by the equifinality of the selective epidermal boundary. Evolutionary psychology has shed the revolution and settled for therapeutics, mostly on the nature of nonviolent violence via Freud's linguistic castration. The destructuring, Derridian semiotics, and the slippery slippage between the real and the symbolic collapses either neurotically or in anxiety. Abandoning the archaeology of violence weakens the structures of semiotic chaining and the desiring corpse, signaling that structured subjectivity is chained as the shadow of language. The phenomenology of lack is the byproduct dialectic engages emancipation against the closure and finitude of language. The transcendentalization of the familial Western Oedipal structure provides a very reductive field of identities. we battle for the realm of difference and trying to equate differences as equal, we end up in the trap of the paradox that says, when all differences are equal, there are no differences. Thank you.
Unmute yourself and give it up for
When
Mr.
all
Tessa
differences
Somo.
we're
So
all
dope.
equal.
Dope.
Sir Tess.
That is why many of us who are a mainstay here on Monday Night Online Open Mic, we have our PhDs because we've been listening to our TES Talks. Gases 2019, you can find him on Instagram. Thank you, Mr. Tessa Somo. And Ray Camacho, no, I called out someone else, another Ray, but we may get to you. Just so you know, I quickly saw your message. So, you know, I gotta make sure I get to Ray Camacho. He bought me pizza this weekend. Okay. I don't see Rich Glennon here, Daddy Rich Glennon. I guess he couldn't get a babysitter tonight. God damn it. I like him too. Okay, but we can go to another person who I like, another mainstay here, and that is Generalissimo. Let me unmute him. There he's always changing up the backgrounds too. I love it. I have gotten to meet this dude in person. He is who he is on Zoom. Generalissimo, let the people know.
You know what this background is, Advocate?
Go ahead. What is it?
It's the cover of my book, Turn on Its Side, that's coming out in December.
Woo! Oh, you smooth right there.
It's all in my mind.
You smooth right there. I like that. All right. Where can we find you online?
Advocate of words, that's smoothness. Okay. That's Generalissimo Brian Franco on Facebook and GNRLSMO on Instagram. I'm going to read one poem tonight that is brand new. So I'm putting myself out there with this one. It's really different. It has been too many years. It doesn't even have a title yet. It's not brand new. It has been too many years since we last saw each other. We were still in love when life threw multiple wrenches at us. All we could do was duck and cover and run or risk permanent injury. We knew we'd never be the same again. After we ended, there were times I wished my love for you had been unrequited. Just over 2 years later, you introduced me to him. He insisted I come to the wedding. He even sat me next to his redheaded friend at the singles table as an obvious setup. But the wedding was the last time we saw each other. I was genuinely happy for both of you after your child was born, but I mourned our potential child we used to talk about all those years ago. You wanted a boy named Sylvester just so we could call him Sly. I wanted a girl named Mazzy, named after my grandmother. You said you'd think about it. You had a way of humoring me as if your veiled validations were hugs made of homemade marshmallows and hot chocolate. Once, when I was in town visiting my mom, your mom called and took me out to lunch. She said she always wished that we had made it through the troubles. She proceeded to show me photos of her grandchild and tell me how amazing your life was. Your husband called to invite me to the funeral. He said that you valued our friendship and wished we hadn't fallen out of touch. My heart aches that I wasn't able to be there for him or your mom to say goodbye. You will always be the one that got away but stayed hidden deep in my heart until the end. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give some love to Generalissimo after that poem.
Wow, wow.
Generalissimo.
Yes.
Oh, that was heavy right there. That was heavy. Generalissimo, make sure you go give him a follow. His book is coming out. Whew. Oh man, I had to think about that. That one's gonna rattle within me for a little while, right? That usually I hear poems like I could run through it and I'm cool with it, but like just thinking about that one rattled me a little, man. Thank you, Generalissimo. I appreciate that. I'm wishing you a lot of love and strength, brother. All right. Next coming up is supposed to be Elijah Spivak. And usually his mom signs him up because he's a 6-year-old who comes and shares his poems, but maybe it's past his bedtime. So that's why I don't see them here. Mon ami Amandio Colo is not here either. And I love saying that name, Mon ami, Mon ami. So they're not here. And Lavon Robinson, who got to rock out, I think it was last week, he's not here either. So it's a shame. People sign up and they're not going to be able to sign up next week. So we're going to keep moving on. And that means Idionga is up. Yup, that's right. I know we getting the people on the waiting list. Ray Camacho's number 35, and we're going to get to him. Thank you, New Rules. Idionga, it is a pleasure to see you. Please tell the people where they can find you online. And then you got 3 minutes to do your thing, sis.
Thank you so much, Advocate. My name is Idiana. You can find me at IE, the number 2, Adorn on IG. I actually just wrote this while I was listening to everyone because there were so many thoughts that came to my mind with this, and I just, well, here we go. So let's see. Some things are better left unsaid. I was always warned not to accept things from strangers, but is a present from someone you know always a gift when it has you questioning your presence? I've never been into surprises, I'm very sorry to say, because as it said, the road to hell was paved with good intentions. I mean, did you truly take the time to know me, my palettes, the many ways and sways of me? Did you ever ask me if I wanted that? 'Cause if you did, how could you present me with chastity laws scripted by the pen strokes of men abandoning the gift of my presence, which they pinned down on me with long and short strokes and shorthand, which I must now succumb to? How is it that we all know a woman who has been assaulted but don't know a man who claims his prowls in locker room talk? Maybe you got me that house in the hills, but with no roads out to connect to the world I once knew, the life I once lived in full bloom. Then was it really a gift? Am I supposed to be grateful if it breeds resentment living this life of detachment? Am I supposed to sacrifice my happiness for an unlivable life? How about that job you accepted with sky high, eagle-eyed ambition leading up the ladder to nowhere? How are you swallowing the ambiguity of their potential, stunting your self-righteous religion that you cash in with every paycheck so faithfully that you prayed for? Beware what you wish for, because you just might get it. It is said that the devil shows up gift-wrapped as everything you ever wanted, seemingly the spoils of your wildest fantasies, harnessed in leather, lace, and stiletto secrets no one can know. How about your picture-perfect families with more jagged edges than exploding shrapnel that you keep on picking up the pieces to create a makeshift jigsaw puzzle you desperately try to hold on to? Well, hold on to whatever you can find, baby. Hold on to whatever will get you through. Well, how about you just pick your poison, as I have become so numb, I can feel you there. Become so numb, so much more aware. But hey, you know, as the theme says, some things are better left unsaid. So I guess, can I get an encore? And peace.
I see what you did there.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Thank you, guys.
Yo.
Proud of you.
Killing it.
Thanks, guys.
I see what you did there. And she got rhythm too. She came to the New York after party. Oh, I'm not supposed to say where it was at, but she came to an after party and rocked out. She got rhythm too. Love it. Thank you, sis. I'm so happy that we got you. And I'm so happy you always giving us energy and checking us out and that we get to hear your voice too. Love it. Love it. So before we get to Ray Camacho, if Ray Bushra Rich Glennon, Elijah Spivak, Mona Me, Lavon Robinson, or Matthew Marroquin are here. Make sure you hit me up because I do not see you. Otherwise, we are going to close it out with Ray Camacho. Thank you, community, for working with me because Ray Camacho is number 35 on the list, and I'm so happy we got to him because he got me pizza this weekend, and he told him I owed him. So,
oh wow, this doesn't count. This doesn't count.
Oh, it doesn't count. Okay. I got you, Ray. Bro,
love you,
you
Dad.
know the deal, Ray. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then you got 3 minutes to rock out.
Okay, you guys can find me at Ray Did This. Thank you all poets. You were all beautiful. Andrea, Maciel, beautiful. This poem is called Done to the Done Done, also called The Answer. A white poet once asked me, do you like white people? What he really wanted to know is if my light skin means that I am white passing, white identifying, white but not white enough, but white enough to bite my tongue. How dare you? If I didn't look like you, you wouldn't have asked. And if you didn't look like me, I wouldn't have to feel displaced and ashamed because the color of my skin is bred from only bloodshed. Fuck you. White people, y'all getting way too comfortable around me. And I think it's time for you to listen more closely to my poetry instead of cherry picking the lines that rhyme and bleaching the lines that don't. White people, why do you expect me to bleach my own poetry, bleach my history, bleach my ancestry, bleach the voices inside of me? Fuck you. When you force my people on their knees, fuck you. Force them to pray to your bleached deity, fuck you. When you package my cookie and ship them off to Hawaii, fuck you. And fuck New York City too. White people, bleach is the white of your skin, and when you touch us, it burns. Bleach is the blue of your eyes, and when you look at us, it burns. Bleach is the red on the back of your neck, and when you go outside, you burn. Puerto Ricans, why is the color of our flag still red, white, and blue? Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. I'm so fucking tired of the red, white, and blue. We are still colonized. Red, white, and blue. Our islands still monopolized. Red, white, and blue, still believing all their white lies. Red, white, and blue forced us off an island to come here and live penniless. And if I had $1 for every time a Puerto Rican told me their home was the red, white, and blue, I'd be penniless too. White people, we are no longer afraid of you. White people, we will no longer bow down to you. White people, I will no longer write poetry for you. White people, I do not like you. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Ray Camacho.
Wow.
At Ray Camacho, at Ray Did This. Make sure you give him a follow, but be careful because I'm sure the FBI is going to be following him now. All right, before we close it out, I want to give the co-host who's helped me out, Ron. Where are you, Ron? I can't see you. Unmute yourself, Ron. And one more time, Ron Mark Thompson, please let the people know where they can find you. And also, at Ray Did This. If you want to find Ray Camacho, at Ray Did This. I'm not saying that for the FBI. Go ahead, Ron.
Oh, well, thank you, Advocate. You can find me here on Mondays and most Thursdays, and at Ron Mark Thompson on social media, and at BXAFH, Bronx Art and Fun Hub. Always glad to be here and to help out. Thank you so much, Advocate. And those new rules are amazing. Isn't that amazing? Look at how early we finished, so wow. So
yes,
cool.
we getting to hear a lot more people per night. We're going to hear more people per month. And I'm so happy about the people that we've never heard before who have come through, the people we haven't heard from a while. And also, I'm still happy that the community who has been here week in and week out is still coming, right? We're going to have this perfect blend. And like I said, a huge shout out to Ron Mark Thompson for helping out. He is always helping out. Make sure that y'all go give him a follow. Make sure if you want to rewatch this open mic, you can go onto the Facebook and YouTube page of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter. Just look up Advocate of Wordz. When you spell words, that is with a Z. Next Monday, we're going to have 35 new people sign up. I am so excited about what we're doing. Also, make sure that you give me a follow so that you can find out about I'm doing other open mics with the New Yo. Things are about to start growing and get bigger and bigger. So I'm going to make sure to do that. Again, I want to give a shout out to my lady, Mariela Salazar, who is out in Europe speaking a good word about us. I am excited about what things we have been working on of late and what we're trying to get and open up for y'all. I'm so excited. I don't want to give away too much. But with that being said, we have a tradition here. In year one, I used to close out the Monday night online open mic with the poem, Good Night, Sweet Poet. But now I have one of the members of the group, of the community, do it so that we can keep hearing more voices, because y'all have heard my voice all night. So now I'm going to shut up. Mr. Tososomo, we're ready. Take us home.
Buenas noches, poeta. Gracias por compartir sus escrituras. Buenas noches, poetas. Gracias por tomar el tiempo para escuchar. Buenas noches, poetas. Que sus sueños sean tan imaginativos como sus poemas. Buenas noches, poetas. Gracias por invitar el espíritu de Miguel Algarín en sus... Esto ha sido el micrófono abierto de la noche del lunes, patrocinado por el New York Poets Café con su MC, el Advocate of Wordz, y por mi parte y la comunidad, yo soy Tesosomoc. Me gustaría desearles muy buenas noches, poetas.